We have breaking news to tell you about. According to Yahoo Sports, the Sacramento Kings have agreed to trade three-time All-Star DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a story we told you about earlier in this newscast. Earlier tonight, sources did confirm that the Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings had ongoing discussions about a deal that would send the three-time All-Star to New Orleans. DeMarcus Cousins is from Mobile. Again, he has made the All-Star team 3 times. He is a true superstar in the league. He is in New Orleans right now. He played in tonight's All-Star game for the Western Conference team, just like Anthony Davis. He's a product of the University of Kentucky. Again, this is a report. We have not confirmed this with Pelicans sources, but Adrian Wojnarowski with Yahoo Sports, who is one of the more accomplished NBA writers, is reporting. I'm reading his Twitter feed right now. Sacramento Kings have agreed to trade DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans. This would be a huge blockbuster deal in the NBA. Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins would automatically become the best front court in basketball. Again, Gina, we'll continue to follow this developing story. But for the New Orleans Pelicans, a franchise that has seemingly not been able to get it together, they will be giving up a lot. Buddy Hield, their first-round draft pick last year, is the presumed player that would be going with 2 future first-round draft picks. So you're rolling the dice that DeMarcus Cousins will be a great player with Anthony Davis. But great players don't grow on trees. You have a great player, you'll have a second great player. And we know NBA championships have been won with multiple great players. Look at Miami, in Golden State, in San Antonio. If this report is correct, then the Pelicans will have 2 truly great players here in New Orleans.
Earlier in sports, you talked about having 2 big men together. Will this actually just change the Pelicans' style of play, if you will? Without
question. I think you look at the San Antonio Spurs when they had David Robinson and Tim Duncan, the 2 twin towers there. This is not the way Alvin Gentry wants to play. He believes in a small ball lineup, a lot of ball movement, back to his days with the Phoenix Suns. This will definitely change the dynamic of what the league is doing also. The Golden State Warriors are a small team, shoot a lot of threes. The Pelicans are going to go in the opposite direction. Again, if this report is true, they will go in a different direction and have 2 of the most dominant big men. Both Olympians. DeMarcus Cousins won a gold medal last year in Rio. Anthony Davis won a gold medal in London, and the only reason he didn't in Rio is because he was hurt and couldn't play on that team. But again, this is Yahoo Sports, Adrian Wojnarowski. Okay, here it is. I'm checking his Twitter feed right now. It says, sources, again, New Orleans is going to be sending Buddy Hield and a 2017 first-round draft pick to the Sacramento Kings, as well as Tyreke Evans. And that is what I have been tweeting about and we have been reporting. So Tyreke Evans will be leaving New Orleans. Buddy Hield, again, a lot of us love Buddy Hield. He's got that big smile. He was part of the cornerstone going forward. He was one of their cornerstone players, young players going forward. But to acquire a player like Cousins, people are going to debate this back and forth. Is this a good deal? Is it a bad deal? People really like Buddy Hield. But nonetheless, in my opinion, this is a great deal for New Orleans because, again, I said it before, I'll say it again, Gina, great players don't grow on trees, and now you have 2 great players. And DeMarcus Cousins does come with a little bit of a risk. He leads the NBA in technical fouls, 17. He, unlike Anthony Davis, who is, the embodiment of class and respect, DeMarcus Cousins does not have that same reputation, but he's been in a bad situation in Sacramento. He's played for 5 different head coaches. He's played for 4 different general managers. Sacramento is looked at as the most dysfunctional franchise in the NBA. So coming here to New Orleans, again, could be a huge win for basketball in New Orleans and for a player that's a great player that really needs a fresh start someplace else.
Okay, still a couple of questions. The first things that come to my mind, they had tried this whole small ball thing earlier in the season, and it had a little bit of success for a while. I mean, so this is just an abandonment of that approach.
Without question. I think that if you have a chance to get a great player, you kind of reset your focus, so to say. So now they'll have Anthony Davis. There's no doubt they'll try to sign DeMarcus Cousins to an extension this summer. He's due, or he's at least a candidate for a big contract extension this summer. And with what the Pelicans are going to be giving up, they're certainly not going to just let him walk in free agency in 2018. That's when he becomes a free agent. So they'll try to work on an extension with him this summer to make sure that they have Anthony Davis locked up long term and DeMarcus Cousins, and they can still sign Drew Holiday. So next year, the Pelicans will be one of the most talked about teams in the NBA if they can re-sign Drew Holiday, which I would assume he'd be more inclined to stay, knowing he'd be playing with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, and they'll be one of the buzzed about teams, if you will. But again, as this situation continues to develop, I've sent out text messages to those in the organization to try to get it confirmed. As soon as I saw this report come up, we obviously went with the breaking news report. But again, as of right now, to reiterate and to kind of, I guess, tell you more about this report, it's DeMarcus Cousins to New Orleans, the three-time All-Star, for Tyreke Evans, a first-round draft pick, in Buddy Hield. And again, I am continuing to check the Twitter feed. Here it is right here. Adrian Wojnarowski, deal with the Pelicans includes Buddy Hield and a 2017 first-round draft pick. The 2017 draft is considered one of the best drafts. A lot of star players in that draft. So Sacramento going in a much different direction right now, trying to rebuild and move away from their franchise player. Here's another tweet from Adrian Wojnarowski. Sources: New Orleans is also sending the Kings a 2017 second-round pick and Tyreke Evans in the deal. Tyreke Evans goes in the deal to make it work money-wise. For people that don't know how the NBA works, deals have to be worth what the salaries are. You can't trade a player making $15 million a year for a player making $1 million a year. The salaries have to add up in some way. So since Tyreke Evans is a big money player and Buddy Hield as a rookie is not, Tyreke Evans is in essence filler in this deal to get it done. So Tyreke Evans is not the headliner of this deal. It would be Okay, Mark Stein is also now reporting that this deal is official, or will become official. DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans. And again, this is a huge deal in the sports world, especially for basketball in our city. Obviously, people here love the Saints. Everyone is fluent in the language I think we can jokingly say is called hut-hut. But basketball has never really found its footing, so to say. Well, it truly has a chance to find its footing here in New Orleans with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Earlier this week, DeMarcus Cousins referred to Anthony Davis as his little brother. DeMarcus Cousins is 2 years older than Anthony Davis, but they know each other because they're both products of the University of Kentucky and John Calipari. And DeMarcus Cousins talked to us just 2 days ago about how great it was being back in New Orleans because he was born and raised in Mobile and played high school basketball there. So he feels like this is almost his hometown. A ton of family and friends here in New Orleans. And now it looks like DeMarcus Cousins will be suiting up with the Pelicans on Thursday night. Okay,
so two more questions for you. You said suiting up with the Pelicans on Thursday night. Do you think that this could be enough to turn the Pelicans season around, or is it too late for that? Number one. And then the second question is, Anthony Davis has been such a phenomenal player. Was there a sense that he was getting frustrated, that he needed more help on the hardwood, or what's your thought on that?
That's a great question. I certainly think that Anthony Davis wanted more help. You have a generational talent, if you will, in Anthony Davis, and everybody knows that there just wasn't enough talent around him. Well, now he has another player that is on his level. I don't want to say better, but right there with Anthony Davis. So I think that this was a huge effort by owner Tom Benson to sign off on a trade that gave away so much. Again, if these reports are true, and there's no doubt that they are, Mark Stein and Adrian Wojnarowski are considered the pillars of NBA journalism. So if they're putting this up, I don't doubt that DeMarcus Cousins to the Pelicans is a done deal, and basketball fans should be very happy. We'll have more on this as it continues to develop.
All right, Fletcher, thanks. We'll be right back.